Frère, si vous faites me dans...
Il est parti.
Il y a 20 HP. Get Oh my god!
Panba, stop! No! One...
Trophy.
Hey, you stole my kills!
Yeah, the first time I remember playing Siege was definitely like 6 years ago now, probably. It was just on Xbox. Beta had just come out. I saw my brother playing it. I was like plat on Xbox, and I just played secure area with my friends. Had fun, but like I definitely was enjoying it quite a bit, and I watched YouTube all the time, and I ended up seeing Bolo, and I kind of made it like my thing, like I want to play against this guy. I just got on the family computer one day, I bought the game. That's when I met Spirits. Spirits is like one of my best friends, and I met him way early on. I played against Bolo, I smoked him, Spirits added me, and then from there on, that's when I really got hooked. I remember like anytime I'd play a content creator or a pro, I'd take a screenshot. Like I was a big fan back then. I was pretty young. So yeah, that was my goal. I played with strictly Spirits for like a solid year or two. Like for a long time, we just grinded ranked. Absolutely like good friends. And we eventually we kind of just started partying our own ways. And it wasn't until like last year, around the time he qualified for Invite and I started playing comp, that we started playing again. And then, ever since I'm in Pro League and he's mid Pro League, we're back at it. We're just best friends.
Were you Panbazou back then?
I was Panbazou.
You've always had that name.
Yeah, Panbazou since day one.
Where is it from again?
It's based off a Mexican sandwich called Panbazou. My brother made the name 10 years ago, but he misspelled it, and I just stole the name. I was like, oh, this looks cool. And I just stole it. Growing up, I definitely was definitely a loser. I did not have any friends in school at all. I'd go to school, definitely in high school, definitely a low point in my life. I was very depressed, literally no friends. So I'd fall asleep through half of my classes. At the end of the school, right before I made Pro League, I was literally failing everything. So I'd go to school, sleep through half the classes, do none of the work, go home, and then just start grinding, just like Siege. No, it was normal school, but you could do it online. You didn't have to show up to school. I just did it online, but because I was at home, I literally A, I was sleeping, or B, I was muted in the Zoom call and I was just playing ranked. So
He's not playing anymore. Oh, nice.
Nice, Panbazou.
On the wall, nice.
Panbazou!
You shoot him. I downed him.
What?
What? Our search on Twitter.
I like the front desk. Hey, got him. Hey, look. Okay, I'll be on the people.
Oh my god!
Where's the diffuser? Other side.
yeah, it's just the computer. It's just a family computer. But it got to a point where I was in the living room for literally 10 hours a day, just playing in front of everyone. I was just playing.
So your whole ranked grind come up was it in the family living room?
Yes, it wasn't until probably the last 3 months right before I made Pro League that I finally, they just let me move it to my room. Because at that point, I had basically shown that I was making money, and I was pretty good, and I had a real chance to just have it at that point. Because off ranked, I made a solid YouTube channel that I stopped uploading on.
Were your parents ever worried that you were playing too much?
Oh yeah, definitely all the time. They didn't support it. They didn't really care enough to actually kick me off, but they definitely had their moments where yo, you gotta stop playing too much, you gotta do something else, you gotta help us around, you gotta maybe look for a job or something. I'd literally just focus on myself, I just played the game, but my brother, he understood enough to understand how good I was, and he would always try to explain to them oh, he's made this much money, he has this potential, a lot of players look at him. He consistently is a top ranked champ, which doesn't mean that much, but he would just kind of tell him that to kind of get him to shut up. Just kind of let him do his thing, and it worked out. But my brothers were definitely the ones who supported it the whole time. My parents they didn't hate it, but they just didn't understand it. It wasn't until I showed them the contract that they're wow, this is a real thing. And now they watch just about every single game, so they definitely support it now.
He's doing more than I expected.
Hello?
Hello.
Where are you right now?
Is it dark?
It's very dark.
Turn the light.
Yeah, turn the light on.
Okay.
Attaboy.
That's right.
All right, Rob. We're making you an offer to come to DC.
Okay.
Yeah, we deliberated hard on it, man. We think that you're the best fit for the team. Really excited about your gameplay. Really excited for what you bring. So we all wanted to get together and welcome you to the team.
I appreciate it. I can't stop smiling.
All right, good shit.
Okay, so yeah, so it was literally 12. It was at midnight. I wasn't gonna head to bed, but like, you know, I was just chilling, not really playing. And then Paul messaged me like, "Yo, can you get on a call real quick?" And then I said, "Yeah." Joined. They told me like I got the spot, and the first thing I did was just run up to my brother, like the close one, like the one who's like the second youngest, because he's the one who supported me the most. And I was like I got the spot, and like, you know, he was so happy. I literally had to wake him up because it was in the middle of the night. And then I ran upstairs. I woke up my second brother. I told him like I got the spot, and he's like, "Wow, like that's insane." It wasn't until the next day that I told my mom about it, because like I said, they weren't the most supportive of it. I did tell them I was trying with the team, like how it could be a very real thing, and like they thought it was cool, but they were definitely scared. Like they didn't, like my dad wasn't super happy with it, just because he thought it, you know, it's crazy to them. They're just like moving across the country, playing with people, living in a house with people you've never talked to until like a week ago. But I told my mom I got it. She quickly understood it, and then like she helped me convince my dad like to understand. And by the time like I told him, like he understood. And then they just sat down with me and they looked through the contract, and yeah, they were supportive. And like in 2 days, kind of I changed her mind completely. I know, like at least at the bigger events, like they watch everything, but like every now and then, like they'll tell me, they at least my mom guaranteed, and my two brothers always watch. Like they always message me like, "GG's, good job," unfortunate, things like that. And like every now and then I get sent a picture. It was just like literally the whole family just sitting at the living room just watching the games. I know my dad a few times in the middle of work will just watch my game.
Oh my God.
So you two know each other?
Yeah. I've lived in for like a year or something. So
This is Grant.
I guess we'll shake hands. Yeah.
Let me show you around, pal. Come on.
It was a massive jump. Before, like I had never spent more than like, I don't know, than a few hours like without a single family member. So like moving across the country was big. You know, like I said, like I've always been kind of a loser. I've been like super antisocial my whole life. And like, I think I've gotten better in a lot of aspects, but like I literally didn't know how to talk to people when I got here. Never left my family. Didn't know how to do like anything. So like the life part was tough for sure. But then like the comp, like when I first joined, I was getting smoked. Like the difference between CO and Pro League is crazy, especially like how much I had to change my play style, because like pro players are obviously better. When I was in CL on Carnson, we scrimmed maybe a Pro League team like 4 times, and like obviously the CL players suck. So I never had a good experience. So when I actually got the spot, I was getting smoked. I was literally getting smoked. Like, cause after that's like stage of CL, a little bit of an ego. Like, you know, I was like, oh, I'm pretty good. And then I played Pro League. I'm like, okay, I got a lot to learn. You know, got on a team with Troy, and then like I learned so much. Like there I really realized like, oh my God, there's so much more to the game than I thought. Because he plays the game way different than Brandon did. And Brandon already played the game way different than I did in CL. So like I just kept learning and learning.
Talk about before, full freezer control for these guys as well. An 8 strikes true, as does Rare, but the trades are just as strong from DC here. Panba, the flicker round, he makes the connection
I kind of found
with this pistol.
My stride a little bit. Like I really, like now I'm pretty confident as a player. Like I don't have an ego, but like I know like what I'm good at and stuff, but like it was rough. Like that transition from CL to Pro League for me, it was crazy.
Team Liquid once again able to bring themselves back from the brink into a 2v2.
Yeah, there we go, PSK now from back of Mez as well. Panba's rolling through, 2 big kills coming out to hit 0, and Canadian straight inside of sight, in behind the half wall. Can reset, stop him. He's worked his way in, but Panba's got the cover from the stairs. DarkZero finding round 1.
I think I'm a pretty big momentum player. So like just having the first good round, I felt good. Second round, another good round, and like after that, like I was just like powered up. Because like I do think the game, I don't think my team entirely agrees, but like maybe as an aggressive player, I think it differently, but like I think momentum and confidence like is such a real thing. I think that can literally win you games. So after the second round, I was like literally full powered up. And my aim already felt good from map 1. So I was just like kind of challenging things that I probably had no business shouting. I was just walking at people. Like, I did not care. No fear.
Plant here, Ask is moving in. He has diffuser in hand. He has an opportunity potentially to put it down, but Panba with a big kill. And there we go, Panba with a second. It's all up to Ask, but surely this is going to be a simple matter of mopping up. They can't find him. The diffuser plant is going to be successful, and all of a sudden, there's an opportunity in a 1v2 for Ask. He's on the pistol. He's taking the shots. He's dancing back and forward. He gets Panba with another 4K.
I almost feel, I could be wrong, like maybe in the video it looks different, but I almost feel like, to me, that grand final was Liquid. Like, that was the game. Like, maybe it's just like the title, the caliber of players we were playing, like Ness and Paula, they consider two of the best players of all time, if not the literal best. Like, to me, that was a grand final. Like, a lot was on the line, but as soon as we won that game, like, it just felt crazy. Like, to me, that felt like we won the event right there.
As DZ will scramble, Hyper with 1v2 fire. It's J90 to save Astralis. DZ can double up and secure their first international major win. They were forged in the South. How fitting it is that the first international trophy is earned in the South. DarkZero win the Charlotte Major.
I don't remember how I reacted. I don't think like, in general, I'm not a screamer. I don't usually scream, but like, I was definitely like an, oh my God, like, we actually won. Like, of course, I knew we were gonna do good, but like, when you get at that moment, it's still surreal. Like, I have a lot of close friends. You know, at the time, that's like when I was like talking to Tessa, like right before dating. So like, literally, like, as soon as we finished like picking up the trophy and stuff, and like I turned on my phone, the support was crazy. Like, from my best friends, from her, from my family, like, it was insane. Like, it was literally insane. I had like 1,000 notifications, like, instantly. That to me, like, I don't know. It just felt so good. Just like all the support and appreciation, especially from like people who like not necessarily didn't doubt, but like just never really understood. Like, that felt so good. That almost felt better than winning. It's just all the love. Like, there were like 300 people, I think, that just all wanted signatures, and like seeing people that like wanted like things from like me specifically, like, I thought it was crazy. Like, you know, I'm on a team with like some great names, like, you know, everyone knows the people I'm with. Like, Troy is considered like one of the greatest of all time and things like, but when I saw people like who wanted me, who had signs for me, I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Like, who would have thought?